Okay. So we're going to begin transcription. You're going to have several pages of paper. One important thing to note in the transcription, you can pull up the transcript. One important thing to note in the transcription is the date and time. In this example, August 1st, YR at 2 p.m. That's important because that's going to be the date that dictates your discharge, and the time lets you know when to start the medication. So make note of that. Now, your doctor's order, you'll find the patient's name, which is up here. It is August 1st. None of this matters for transcription. You have to jump down to the medication treatment orders. You have two orders from your doctor, DC Cephalcor, and you have the doctor ordered Amoxil 500 milligrams 4 times a day for 10 days by mouth. We're going to do the first order, do them one at a time. We're going to do the DC Cephalcor order. I turn to my med sheet. The correct way to DC order, the first step, I'm going to identify and put an X near all open boxes. So this one, you still have some open boxes here. So I'm going to put an X in the open box for the 8 a.m. and put X's in every open box for the 8 p.m. That's the first step of DCing med. The second step is a diagonal line from one corner to another corner. You write the words DC. If you forget the date, you could always look back. Should you forget the date so you don't make a mistake, remember we were August 1st. So it's DC 81YR and you initial. It doesn't matter if it's above or below, but you need these three things. DC, the date as a month, day, year, and you need initial. That's step 2. Step 3, you go all the way in this one end to another, the diagonal line, DC 81YR, and then I'm gonna initial. I have DC'd the medication. So I don't get confused, I could come back here and put a little check mark that I've done that one medication. Now I'm going to do the second medication. The doctor is writing in order. Again, I have to make note of the time. The time, 2 p.m. was very important. So the client went to the doctor August 1st at 2 p.m. Okay, so now to write this order for Amoxil, I'm not sure if this Amoxil is a generic or a brand name. I'm going to go to my generic table equivalents. Amoxil is brand and amoxicillin is generic. So Amoxil, I'm gonna put under brand. And if you forget how to spell it, because remember transcription has to be 100%, make sure generic is amoxicillin. So I'm gonna verify again to make sure that I have the right spelling. Now, I'm going to get all of my information from the doctor's order. Do not go back and forth. So I have the name. This is the dose, 500 milligrams. I'm gonna put under dose, 500 milligrams. 4 times a day is the frequency. I'm gonna write 4 times a day, just as the doctor has written it. I'm not gonna abbreviate, I'm not gonna do 4X. For 10 days, is considered a special instruction for 10 days. And by mouth is the route. By mouth. Copy it exactly as the doctor has done it here. Now, again, the start date is, if you forget, always go back, is August 1st. Now, you have to be careful with the start date, because if this was just a daily 8 a.m., you would have passed the 8 a.m. time, meaning technically your start date would have been August 2nd. But because it's 4 times a day, you still have map times on August 1st. So I'm going to put 81YR Okay, so now the only thing I'm missing in the box before I can move on is strength and amount. That's why you get everything from the doctor's order, so you know what's left from the pharmacy label. The pharmacy label, the amoxicillin strength is 250 milligrams. I'm gonna put 250 milligrams. Be careful with your penmanship. And it's 2 capsules. You have to be careful, 2 capsules. So I will write 2 capsules under amount. So now I've gone left to right. The 4 mapped 4 times a day, and the map is 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m. Okay? So 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m. Now it started August 1st at 2 p.m. That's why the 2 p.m. was important. I will make note of the time again, that is 2 p.m. So I couldn't have given an 8 a.m. dose, there's an X on August 1st. I couldn't have given a 12 p.m. dose, that's an X. So the first open boxes is the first map time after they go to the hospital. So in this scenario, 4 10 days, that means it's not calendar days. That means every dose needs 10 doses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I put an X the rest of the way. Here, my 8 p.m. needs 10 doses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I put X's the rest of the way. Now, I can't forget my 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Remember, I had 2 X's on the first, so I'm going to start counting here on the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my first X is on the 12th. And I X the rest of the month. $12 p.m. again, there's an X here on the first, so my first open box is August 2nd. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I X the rest of the way. Now, it just so happened because this is 4 times a day, you're using all 4 rows. But if it was twice a day or 3 times a day or just daily, you just do the map times and you only X the appropriate map times. So now I have a better understanding of my stop time. When you have 4 times for 10 days, a certain number of days, you have to remember to come back here and put your stop date. So looking at this, my stop date is August 11th. Now, the reason, August 11th, YR, the reason you have to do this part first before you put this is to not make a mistake that it's calendar days. Because if I counted 10 from the first, it would seem as though it would end on August 10th, but that's not correct. You still have the 2 doses that they didn't get in that morning, 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. on August 11th to give. So again, when it is for a certain number of days, every dose has to get that number of days. So in this case, it's 4 10 days. Every dose needs 10 doses. So it's better to count the boxes. And so I don't need to initial, I don't need to sign because I'm not giving a medication. In the end, I go back to the doctor's order. I write posted, Stephanie Victoria. I sign. If you forget the date, always just look. August 1st, YR, 2 p.m. It's always the date and time in the scenario. Now here, if you notice there was an error in transcription, I put 4 a day. The doctor wrote 4 times a day. So how to fix an error? You have to write small. You do 1 line across. You just do error and initial. It's tiny, and then you try to squeeze in what you meant to say, 4 times a day. Okay, so the correct way to fix something is one line across error, your initial, and then fix it. All right, and that is the end of transcription.